Meghalaya State Commission for Women has reaffirmed its commitment to work closely with the government and community stakeholders to curb crimes against women and children. Chairperson Yamonlang M's aim said the Commission is partnering with local durbars, women's group, and educational institutions to strengthen community safety through improved lighting, CCTV surveillance, and awareness drives. She was speaking after a consultative meeting chaired by Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma, which brought together faith-based leaders, NGOs, and civil society representatives to discuss rising cases and preventive measures. She lauded the state government's proactive approach in convening consultative meetings and stressed that collective responsibility is key to ensuring safety and harmony. SAIM also called for responsible social media use and greater engagement of youth through dialogue, digital campaigns, and street plays to promote awareness and positive change.
Which is called by the Chief Minister. And we appreciate the gesture because it's much needed to have these kind of conversations from the grassroots level as well as from departments and so on. And some important points were raised because what has been happening in society today, I think, warrants that kind of intensive kind of approach and also that commitment and seriousness to tackle the issues. So what has come about in the discussions that we've had related mostly to preventive kind of measures and how do we strategize and so on, and the role of the Darbar Shnongs and the village youth and so on and so forth, which is so important. The certain infrastructures like CCTV and street lighting, which will be safe for everybody. That is one. And also these, the VDPs, to strengthen that because the government obviously can't handle it alone. We need a lot of support, And then, of course, from the women's group, they have done a lot of work, in the field, from their own localities and so on, regarding taking care of the children and so on and so forth. And then, of course, we touch on the role of social media and the need to be to have responsible reporting and all that, especially from YouTubers. It's a free country, okay. But at the same time, there's no responsibility. We hype up some issues more than they deserve, and then it has a negative impact. Like, for example, this men shall not thing. That means like murder for hire. For a different reason. It's a cultural kind of belief, but that can prey on people's mind, and you can't think straight, in that way. So there's certain kind of responsible reporting that has to be there, And apart from that, we touch about, the role of, how I kind of raise this point, especially men for men, the gentlemen over here, that we should have these conversations with about youth, young men. Mentoring they should be having, and also men also in general. They should talk about these issues that they think it's a woman's issue, but have these conversations and be real about it. So that and campaigns like street plays, which can go all around, to raise awareness, like use aggressively the tools of technology to reach that. So I'm happy about the outcome, and I hope that some of it will. I know that the CM is probably quite committed to this, so we hope some more will, some positive outcome come out of this, and thank you.
Thank you. Ma'am, just one question from my end. This is from the government side, whatever has been decided. What about your end, ma'am? Like, what are you planning to do with regard to the safety of...
In fact, what we've been discussing has already been in place. Like, for example, we're engaging with Darbar Shnongs and conversations with different localities. Since we can't go out there, we're calling them to the office in stages. The Mahilas, we'll be having one soon, and all the Senkanthais and so on. Then consultations with Rangba Shnongs on issues like, for example, registration of this fluid kind of rural-urban flow. Sometimes we need to register, people who come there because we don't know. No? So that is one. And of course, we are already talking to a MassCom in St. Anthony's, to have these small skits in place and all that, so that we can release it through our YouTube, that way. And research and data, nobody mentioned that. I didn't want to say that, but we are doing that because we can't strategize unless we have some solid data, So a whole lot of things. We can talk about this another time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you.